It's a journey that literally puts the phrase singing for your supper into play. A Colorado band is trading everything familiar to float 3 weeks on the Snake River. No food, no money, no safety net, nothing except the clothes on their back and the instruments in their hands to get them through it. Aspen Shumpert caught up with them in Homedale, jumped on board on their last stop in Idaho before they floated over the border to Oregon to see how rolling the dice as they roll on down the river is working out.
Most river trips start with the same ritual, loading up food, water, maybe even some camping gear.
Here's banjo. Here's banjo.
But this one's different.
Every little dollar warms us up.
What if you brought $0?
We don't bring any food or money to start the journey. We say we're going to go from point A to point B. We're going to rely on music. Sounds like we've all had enough, and it sounds like
Meet the Colorado band, A Brother's Fountain.
we call it campfire folk. And sometimes it's campfire folk where you're really just chilling around the fire and kind of thinking about the deep things of life, watching the embers float into the stars. Sometimes it's campfire folk where you're drinking whiskey and wrestling your friends in the dirt. So it runs the gamut between rowdy and soft.
They are going with the flow, literally.
We want to break the mold. We want to break the box that we all live in. We all have this routine, this kind of day-to-day thing, and we want to, do something different, do something weird, something that catches people's imagination.
For 3 weeks, they're testing whether or not their sounds can keep them afloat.
We trade music for all provisions and kind of put music to the test and the power of music to bring people together.
Their pick? Rafting 120 miles of the Snake River from Melba, Idaho to Huntington, Oregon.
Multiple towns along the river that we could float. It's not dammed, that's safe to swim in, doesn't have too many rapids to where we're losing our instruments and guitars and stuff. And this stretch of river ticked all the boxes.
Stopping at campgrounds and RV parks along the way, betting on striking the right chord with strangers.
We were all kind of nervous because this is a little more remote, and even being on the river, we've had to hitchhike or catch a ride into town to get to people to offer music to.
It's something that gets you out of your comfort zone in places you wouldn't be otherwise, and shows you that even strangers will throw you a lifeline.
The first day was so sad. We had no snacks, no motivation to play music. It was just kind of a sad sunbathing float. Day one, we were hungry, borderline starving.
But the rest of the journey has a different melody.
We traded a song for a catfish, which we cooked for dinner. Day two onward, we were able to kind of slowly amass. Okay, we got a bag of rice, split it up. We got a donut, we split it in 7 pieces.
The current now flowing in their favor.
We went into Melba and did the farmer's market, and all of the makers kind of ended up sending us home with stuff. So we had sourdough, we had homemade jams, all of this really, sweet pastries.
Making a splash at local bars and even in some front yard.
We have plenty of food, plenty of whiskey. A guy last night just gave us, I think 60 beers. A lot of those are gone already.
We've really been just welcomed with open arms by the whole state on the internet, and as the locals have poured in, and people pulling over on the side of the road saying, "Are you that band on TikTok?" We thought we'd be a lot more hungry on this journey, but it turns out all the local community has showed up, believed in us.
Yeah, it's just been incredible. I mean, the small town feel, the small town communities there's something special. There's a special spark there. And just folks are just so kind, so warm and welcoming.
Between the performances and paddling, inspiration is finding rhythm.
We float, we fish, take turns on the paddling, but we do have all the instruments handy and ready to grab. We're writing songs.
Usually somebody's got something that just feels good and right, and we all want to jump on top of it and be a part of it. It's like, oh, I want to be on that song.
It's almost like time slows down, especially when it's like a very meaningful performance, like this one with you guys.
But their floating studio is composing more than just songs.
The grander vision of this is not about being hungry or being broke. It's more about connecting with people, and we just wanted to leave it to the music.
Do people value this? Is this something that serves a community to come in and bring some songs to folks and kind of brighten their day?
What started as an only music social experiment revealed the true currency of human connection.
We did not expect kind of this local Snake River love, and so that's been really special already.
All we need to survive with music and trading music is people.
They started with literally nothing and now have more than enough groceries or food to get them through the trip. So rather than giving them more food, if people want to support, they are asking to support their Kickstarter that will help support the documentary they are making about this trip. You can find all of that on abrothersfountain.com as well as on our website, ktvb.com. Now, there are some holes in the rest of their trip. They're going to go all the way to Huntington, Oregon. Next stop is Nyssa. And they're going to then go back to Idaho and Weiser and actually stay on someone's farm that saw them on social media. So
yeah, because they got to get through the dams in order to get to Huntington.
I don't think they said no dams, but maybe I'm wrong.
Is that where the holes are? They got to go.
Maybe. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
How are they going to get home from there?
There is a car at the very end of the trip that they'll be able to get back in and go all the way back to Colorado.
Because that's going to be a tough paddle if they have to go back upriver.
Yeah.
You know? And as I said, getting so much stuff, to borrow a phrase, they're going to need a bigger boat with more stuff. Exactly. All right. Thanks, Aspen.